Welcome back to the Controllables Interview Series, celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month, where we explain the inner game behind greatness. Today's guest is Kamren Larsen, a U.S. Olympian and elite BMX athlete, whose journey is a masterclass in focus, discipline, and mental resilience. In this episode, Kamren shares what it really takes to perform under pressure, how he navigates setbacks, and how controlling the controllables helped him stay fully charged on the path to the Olympics. Let's get into it. Question 1. When life felt out of control, what was one thing you chose to focus on that made all the difference? Life felt pretty out of control prior to me making the Olympic team. At the time, all the work I had put in for 4+ years seemed like it could slip away from me. Of course, I wanted nothing more in the world than to make that team. But the fear of failing almost made me lose sight of what exactly got me there. Dialing back and focusing on the small things that were in my control every day is what made all the difference. All you can control is yourself. A U.S. Olympian felt out of control before making the Olympic team, but got back to the basics and focused on what he could control daily. I love that. That's it right there, right? When things feel the most chaotic, the only way forward sometimes is back, right? Back to the habits, the mindset, the simple controllables. That's how champions reset under pressure. Question 2. Which of the controllables, awareness, perspective, habit, wellness, or environment shaped your success the most, and why? My environment is what ultimately made me go as far as I've gone thus far. I forced myself to indulge in competition versus run away from it. I lived and trained with competitors for 2 years prior to the games. This ultimately helped us all get better without even realizing it. Iron sharpens iron. For Kamren, environment was his game changer. Living and training with top competition made him better. Iron sharpens iron. Kamren didn't just chase competition, he lived in it. And that's the power of environment. If you want to level up, put yourself where growth lives. Question 3. Can you tell me about a moment when your inner dialogue was the biggest thing you had to overcome? I honestly deal with this daily, but a specific time was an event that I had to place top 3 in to essentially make the team. I knew I was capable. I knew I did the proper training beforehand, but the hardest thing I had to do was let myself do it. I found that by leaning in on my process and my controllables was all I could do. The rest is going to happen whether you're ready or not. At a make or break event, it wasn't skill or training that was the challenge. It was letting himself execute, trusting the process over fear. You can train for years, but if you don't trust yourself in the moment, the work, it doesn't matter. Kamren leaned in to his process and let the outcome be what it was going to be. That's high performance mindset in real time. Question 4. If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing about mindset, what would it be? Never let the fear of failure be bigger than your desire to win, and always drop your ego at the door. Both of these things are critical in making the difference between getting where you want to be and limiting yourself and never making it. He'd tell his younger self, don't let fear be bigger than your desire to win, and always check your ego. That's Olympian advice right there. When fear shrinks, courage can grow. When ego drops, learning can actually begin. That's the real gold mindset right there. Thank you, Kamren. If this episode hit home, let us know. Drop a comment with the controllable you're focused on this week. And if you're ready to dive deeper, grab your copy of the Controllables or start with Chapter 1 for free. Links are in the description. This is just the beginning. Stay charged, and we'll see you in the next one.